and go.
Hello, Ms. Walker. Thank you for joining us today. I understand that you were born with a different name. Can you tell us about that? I just want to make sure I'm addressing you by the correct name.
Yes, well, thank you for having me. My name is actually Sarah Breedlove. That is the name that I was born with. But when I married my second husband, Charles, I adopted his first two initials and his last name. So I do go by C.J. Walker. That's my professional name.
I see. Well, let's start from the beginning then. Tell us where and when you were born.
I was born on December 23rd, 1867 in Louisiana, but I've lived in several different states in my lifetime, including New York, Indiana, Missouri.
Since you were born shortly after the Civil War, what were your parents' lives like?
My parents' lives were very different from mine. They were both slaves, and so were my 5 siblings at one time. So I was the first person in my family that was born as not a slave.
I see. And didn't your parents pass because of yellow fever?
Yes, my parents both died before I was the age of 8, so I went and lived with my sister and her husband in Missouri.
So what did you do to change your life?
Well, basically, I grew up very uneducated, very poor, and so I decided to do something different after a while. I married my first husband when I was 14 years old, and I gave birth to my little girl, Aaliyah, when I was 18. But unfortunately, her father passed away when I was only 20, and Aaliyah was only 2. And it wasn't until 18 years after that that I decided to develop a big hair care product, mostly designed around African-American men and women. But basically, there's different, skin creams, different hair straighteners, and a bunch of different products for us to use on a daily basis.
That's awesome. And I understand that you were very generous to others. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, basically I just gave a lot of my earnings and everything to different churches, education groups,